Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast from the host Imperial Lane, the one and only Master Propaganda here of Psych Defender of the Fatherland, offer to a 1v1 owner. You guessed it, it is Pachino Stalemate. Again, in the Northwest it is the Americans here with Arrogance, fighting for freedom, democracy and liberty here with the now heavily overworked 82nd Airborne Division. As we get another heavy Pathfinder opening here versus Southeast, it is Ruby fighting for the German Army of the Reich here with the Hammengöring Fallschirmpanzerdivision. 3rd Fallschirmpanzergrenadier Company, and we got, of course, our classic 4 Pathfinder opening. Good amount of, capture power, but also without sacrificing too much combat power, which again really makes these kind of openings, I think, going to be making them much more prevalent. So, sending out in all directions here with Ruby. Of course, emphasis on the north side because that's where the fuel is. So, obviously, want to make some units are there to capture that. You can see it, by the way, that Arrogance folks next to getting the munitions point right outside of his base. It's an interesting capture order there out of him. Not expected. Meanwhile, weapon support in there, of course, will provide with 30 counter further back. As always, big hearty thanks to my patron supporters for the continued generous and wonderful support with the Propagandacast. And a big thanks to those who keep commenting and liking my videos. Helps out immensely with the YouTube algorithms. So, again though, many Pathfinders just allow for a lot of points being grabbed very fast. That said, I think he might have slightly delayed the 4th Pioneer squad here, but going for this faster maybe. It's hard to say there, but either way, he's very well on track, just having, again, most of the map cease within like 2 minutes. Which, again, seems to be very typical of what this build can achieve. And, of course, the rest of the Wehrmacht can do that with the Kettenkrad as well, but there's just one crucial distinction. The Kettenkrad can't fight back. The Pathfinders very much can. In fact, they not only can fight back, they can fight forwards. Aha! 30 cal there, though, for Arrogance. First shots fired up north here. Pioneers moving against the Grenadiers. They get Bob there. 2nd Grenadier squad pushing forwards here. Pathfinders converging here on the German troops. One squad they're popping out of cover there. At least some of them deciding to get out of cover. It's a bit of it unfortunate for the Americans, great for the Germans. Grenadier squad flanking in here. Pathfinders now being caught in a bit more of a crossfire here, but there you go. Ruby's Grenadiers still losing out here. Quite aggressive being forced back. And we got smoke here. You might wonder why throw smoke there. I suspect he's concerned about machine guns, more Grenadiers arriving from here, so he deploys the smoke just as sort of like an insurance there. 3rd Grenadier squad for Ruby. Further south here, Pioneers march on the class with the 4th Pathfinder squad, and there go 30 cal moving in here. So already here, Ruby has suffered a bit of a defeat there in the face of the Americans. Lost 2 Grenadiers, 3 Grenadiers, and only got 1 Pathfinder in return. Pathfinders again having quite a lot of combat ability there for how early they are in the game, and again what they also can do, which is just capture a lot of points, fire smoke, rifle grenades, and flares. There we go, the Grenadiers now it's the Pathfinders, but again they're outgunned. We got 30 coming in here. So already we got here the Americans setting up the cutoff point with a fairly strong force here. And Ruby there has gone for breakthrough, adding the MP40s to the machining pistol and 40. Definitely a nice upgrade. We got paratroops dropping in here on the field control, further adding to the complications. Ruby's going to have to flank around here. Oh, the flank doesn't going too well here. The Grenadiers took a wrong path. Too shallow. Should have gone here for here. But there you go. Quick merge here. And note, of course, this is actually a fairly smart move here that Ruby did. Basically just merging with the, Grenadiers already in, like, with the upgraded with the MP40. Since they're obviously going to be doing more damage here. So thumbs up to Ruby there. I don't think a lot of players in Solo make that move there. Paratroops are moving in. We got a lot of depleted Grenadiers again, merging with the MP40 squad. Ensuring they're going the one with the guns, the better ones, do more damage. Officer quarters here, though, for Ruby as well up. Giving, of course, a little boost there. Grenades being chucked. Paratroopers, they're still finding out here. By the riverside, getting outnumbered by the Germans in theory, but again, they're on carbines, allow them to outdo the Germans. The Germans have MP40s. Further south here, Pioneers was the Pathfinder squad here trying to go for the munitions points out the base there. 4th Grenadier squad here for Ruby, and yeah, that seems to be increasing odds becoming the counter then to just your opponent going for a lot of Pathfinders. You go for a lot of Grenadiers, even if they are more expensive than the Pathfinders.
Commander, it's done.
Of course, they're not more expensive than the Paratroopers, but that's an entirely different story. So, right now, though, Ruby here with a really rough opening. American Pathfinders, of course, causing quite a bit of grief there. Grenadiers reinforcing, healing. Fighting for the cutoff point here, healing up once more.
Defend our victory point. We're losing it.
So we'll have to see what Ruby does next. I would not be surprised though to see Breakthrough activated, because again, it is an excellent ability, in particular if you got a lot of infantry. It could well be one of those key tools for Ruby to get back into the fight more aggressive. There you go, more grenades pouring out here. Grenades being chucked to the Mark II frag grenade. And there you go, Captain holding out the church here, watching though as the men in front of him get absolutely mercilessly gunned down by the Germans. So they pour through their jackboots and other types of boots there. Crossing the streets here, Grenadiers outflanking the 30 cal. They're going to need a grenade, I think. Got some more support here, Captain holding out for now. South side Pioneers pushing forwards. And there you go, Stillhand going on the 30 cal. But again here, as long as it's set up, it gets a 30% damage reduction bonus. Because that was clearly very necessary. So that allowed it to very much, relatively easily tank a grenade. In fact, it can even like tank a full-on bundle grenade if it's set up. Trust me, I've tried it. Wildfire's pulling for the Pioneers here. Pioneers need to get out of there schnell. Ruby there with the Luftwaffe company. Some armored cars, maybe a Flak 30. Vehicle event, who knows? Straight for the cutoff point here. Breakthrough being activated to just allow Ruby to just try and seize as much terrain as fast as possible, because again, it's going to come down to like just trying to keep the Americans deprived of resources so they can't pull for the fast tanks, because that's typically another element of the USF strategy. They gain a lot of the map, they gain a lot of the resources, and then they push for the tanks to just further build upon their advantage. So there's definitely a bit of race here for Ruby going on. But there you go, Luftwaffe company up, could go for the 2-2-1. We'll have to see if they can do that. And he's flanking about, Pathfinder sneaking about as well there.
Point captured.
Forcing. So will it be the... Oh, it is going with the Flak 30 and Flieger Abwehrkanone 30. North here, Pathfinder sneaking in, they got the Grenadiers fighting back here with Carnot TK bolt action rifles. And we got a truck here for Mr. Arrogance, the M3 half-track, likely going to be an M16. Another reason you see these types of builds, you can still threaten your opponent with light vehicles without really having to, like, you know, set aside all the resources for the motor pool and then get those light vehicles out. Again, a lot of things are just sort of falling into place. And it's not like we haven't seen this before. In fact, we kind of saw this to a large degree in a similar way back in the early days of Companies 1 or Companies 3, but like, you know, again, Pathfinders and M16s had some really aggressive timings as well. So this just feels like they kind of like gone full circle back to that. Got a Grenadier squad here, painful blow there of course to Ruby. Flak 30 though moving vorwärts. The Flieger Abwehrkanone 30, or Flugzeug Abwehrkanone 30, all the way. It's going to rip through those Americans with some aggressive firepower. M16, M55 getting Panzerfausted. Again, hitting the cutoff point once more, depriving here the German army of crucial resources. And we got artillery fire there, trying to snuff out the Flak 30 crew here, who are quick to haul it out of there. Well, it's Otto and Jürgen, the rest are just sort of standing about there, pretending busy. So there you go, M16 added, got the M45 mount there added. It's the specific thing that's known as the M45 Maxim mount. It could also be used, you know, in a more static ground roll, similar to, say, how you might see the flak feeling be used in game.
Deploying engineers now.
Fun fact.
Our territory is cut off from supply.
And there you go, Pathfinder to engage with the Flak 30. And use that, of course, to try and blast the Americans from a safe distance. And, of course, deal with the light vehicles. It's another reason why, to some extent, Luftwaffe is kind of popular, because the Flak 30 offers a bit more flexibility compared to the Pak 40 here to the early mid-game. More Grenadiers here for Ruby. Could, of course, consider Jaegers, but the Grenadiers are cheaper when it comes to reinforcements. Straight for the fuel pump, the paratroops need to deal with them. We got the Grenadiers being sort of dispatched to deal with that American incursion, the rear lines. M16 on the move, Flak 30. Of course, he needs to be careful not to leave it out like this, because it means, like, you know, with it, nothing to draw the fire, the gun crew is quite exposed. So there you go, paratroopers forced back though. Getting burned, getting shot, and we got the fuel pump being hit as well there. A lot of active play there by Arrogance against Ruby.
They've pushed us off a sector.
And there you go, Captain flanking the Flak 30. We might actually see a Pathfinder squad go up. Yes, indeed. Arrogance there slightly slipped and suffered a bit of a blow there. And we got more paratroopers dropping in behind the German rear lines. Flak 30 getting shot out. 30 cal needs to be careful, but so does this M16. But again, so does the Flak 30. All of them, in fact, need to be careful here. People nearing him in the flammable air for 30 cal, though, doing what they can here against the numbers. Paratroopers dropping in. Grenadiers being routed. Fairly hectic fighting here. Brutal back and forth between the two sides. Paratroopers keeping on the push here. Bigger up that Canona setting up to rip apart those paratroopers there. They're quite exposed with no actual cover there. Could of course consider a medic bunker. That would be a great investment here for Ruby. I mean, a lot of infantry means a lot of casualties, meaning a medic bunker would be really good. Noting no paratroop upgrades there. We got support elements there for the Luftwaffe company, so likely the event and causing a pinch Armada. There you go. M16 then getting rid of part of the Flak 30 and his 20mm auto cannon. Further south, German pioneers and grenadiers are making some steady progress. Could maybe heal them up here. Straight for the nations, but counterattack here hits a mine. Good mining there by Arrogance. Fresh attack here. Flak 30 once more in a bit of trouble. We've got some grenadiers that man the gun and artillery called in here. A lot of pressure there on Ruby and the Germans, but he's fighting back pretty effectively for now. Arrogance finding his efforts not quite as successful.
Commander, you have 5 command points
30 cal, that is a quick route back here, reinforcing healing. Straight for the fuel plant outside the base. Nothing further out of the base here, Ruby, but I imagine we're looking at the Wirbelwind as soon as he's got the fuel there. Meanwhile, everything else, there we go. Wirbelwind on the way. It's getting just reinforced then, healed up. Got some paratroopers dropping in here again for Arrogance. And now we have the Flak Panzer here. The Wirbelwind. There you go. 30 cal there, about to get bombarded by the Wirbelwind. Flak 30 pushing southwards. Infantry reorganizing and counterattacking here. Fuel points used for the Pathfinders there. Just really, again, aggressively utilizing the Pathfinders to push for very strong map control. And, of course, the addition, the paratroopers don't really hurt in this regard either. They, of course, just afford Arrogance more map control.
We've got paratroopers waiting in the wings, Commander.
Pathfinders and packing.
The enemy is stealing our munitions point.
Getting fuel points, again, looking to slow down the German economy as much as possible. And, of course, that's something the Americans do quite well. We do get an MG42 out of Ruby.
Gone. We must take it back.
And that's always going to be a good pick against some of all these paratroopers.
A victory point is under attack. We must act.
They're trying to just buy time, be a bit of a nuisance. Up north, again, an attempt for the cutoff point here, though, is thwarted here as Arrogance causes most of his forces nearby, including the M16. But he still managed to render neutral, which is certainly not bad, though obviously feels a bit risky there. If Arrogance is a bit more aggressive, we might even be able to get a wipe with the Grenadiers there. That was at least a bit of luck there for Ruby. Of course, you should be careful about relying on such kind of luck. It's a sort of way you can quickly find yourself heavily punished if you're not careful. 30 at veterans you won, by the way. Access to some slight bonuses there. Certainly most critically, at least initially, it's just more health, a bit better survivability there. Machine getting flanked here. American forces pushing forward. We got bazookas out here for Arrogance. Deal with the Wirbelwinds and other armor here out of Ruby. South side, though, seems to be where the main effort is going. We got the Grenadiers with the MP40s, we got the Flak 30 and the Wirbelwind there. Spearheading, meanwhile, the northern force almost seems to be just this, like, keep the cutoff defended and drawing forces here from Arrogance, which isn't a bad idea. Meanwhile, tank depot there for Arrogance, and Ruby is going for the medic station upgrade. I mean, that's fine, though, again, I would really have recommended here medic bunker. I mean, you just have so many units that just provide casualties that a medic bunker, I think, well, certainly a bit more time consuming and effort consuming. The casualty recovery, I think, would do a lot of good here for Ruby. But no, they again, breakthrough tactics activated though, thumbs up. Definitely a low-key busted ability the Wehrmacht has, but think in the current meta game isn't going to be that much of a problem. Jaegers on the way for Ruby. That definitely means more infantry. Again, really then would help if you had a medic bunker. And there you go. Got the M16 there, got a bit too aggressive, and Ruby was able to punish that with a Panda Fast Flak 30 combo. Strong move there. Tank depth is almost done, and it's not like Arrogance will be far from going for tanks either. And particularly just goes for the regular Sherman, though I imagine he's going to go for an autonomous Sherman. You can all see now Ruby establishing a bit better control here, hitting the cutoff point more consistently, messing with the resource income there of his opponent. And of course, the Vilvin was one of 3 tank flak panzers based off the Panzer IV chassis. There was the Vilvin, there's the Ostwind, and you had the Möbelwagen, which is the typically less talked about Kassen of those 3, but was actually the most produced one. It was also a bit more awkward since it was sort of more of a boxy turret where the sights had to go down, then exposing the gun and the gun crew a bit more. Got the captain, but they could all then mount out of the flak feeling or the third of gun there, so there's a little fun fact there. Half an event with the event here. Further south, going to these was the engineers. Sherman almost done. He actually did go for the Sherman. Bit of a surprise. They're not a huge one in my optics, but 30 cal there, bracketing the Jaegers inside the Harold Church there. Persians finding their position, slowly being ground down as well there with heavy flak fire. South side flak 30 there. Ooh, unguarded is definitely not great here for Ruby. That could be a great haul here for Arrogance. And just a great, knockout blow there as he sort of clears the crew and then hits with a satchel charge. But there you go. Vivian moving in, might be able to stop. We got the Sherman moving forwards. No anti-tank weapons here out of Ruby as of yet. It's going for the Panzerschreck, but might want to get a Marder out as well. Pantherfast and Sherman. Jaegers on the move there. Flak 30 crew. There's about, yeah, got cleared. Jaegers moving vorwärts there. Komm Auto, mach schnell mit dem Panzerschreck. Those American Panzers will schreck you. That's not funny, Otto. And got the rifling off feet. A lot of damage here to the Sherman, but not enough to finish it off. Got a stinging blow there to Ruby. Basil being very demanding. Then when isn't he? Don't need to repair that vehicle bin there. Machine gun versus 30 cal. The MG42 versus 30 cal. Don't make it sound like the 30 cal isn't a machine gun. Power comes the pushback vehicle bin going after it. Routing the Americans. We got 371 to 312 here. And we got an anti-tank air dropping in. Worth noting, by the way, we're not really seeing much out of the rest of the battle group there for Arrogance. There you go. Paris met with the ME-42, the men of the 82nd Airborne. But becoming Screaming Eagles if they're not careful.
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Jumping northwards, back to Paris with more Pathfinders here.
A victory point has fallen into enemy control.
Got the view when they're racing forwards, crashing through walls. Well, what's left of them anyways. And in the south here, Paris met with the Grenadiers and the Eggs, but another Eggs would hit a Ruby. Honestly, part of me would expect it like, maybe a mod or something, but I'm guessing the Ruby at this stage is probably thinking very actively about going for a Tiger tank. Let's see a veritable wipe here. Their third function Panzer Grenadier Company is definitely putting in some hard work there with the infantry elements, not so much the panzer elements. Oh, sorry about that. The cat just decided to walk up on the keyboard and hit the spacebar. Sorry about that.
Sector's been overrun. It's theirs now.
Cat, unfortunately, does not understand the concept of the keyboard.
A munitions point is being attacked.
just sees that it's something he probably shouldn't be stepping on too much, but at the same time he will still step on it if it becomes a thing. Jägers they're pinned down though. Vertical doing heavy work there. We got the second Jäger squad out, also with Panzer here, the Moorrakett and Panzerbuchse. Got the Basel Kitty Cat, they're looking very happy with themselves right now. Very content.
300 points. Confirm. It's a cover. Enemy activity near our munitions point.
We've been supporting another bound infantry push here. We got 296 with 312. We can see there the gap is slowly building up in favor of Ruby here, and the Hammond Göring Fallschirm Panzer shown against the Americans here of Arrogance. Jägers there getting slammed by the Sherman. You can also see Arrogance now struggling a bit more with the resource there to getting armor. It's also worth noting we haven't actually seen her upgrade like anything for the infantry despite having the infantry support center. So that is a bit noteworthy as well there. Bit noteworthy. But yeah, meanwhile, massive German build-up here. Gibbon there on the move. German moving forward machine, they definitely need to be careful. It's in a bit of precarious position, even does have some heavy cover. Pathfinders though having an even worse time over there, down 2 men there. Go 30 cal, the nicest up here. Holds the Grenadiers. Yeah, Ruby definitely is holding out for a Tiger tank here. I can sort of see the logic here. I mean, again, the pressure out of his opponent kind of does force Ruby to like maybe a bit more careful about taking up here. Because if he spends that much resources just taking up, he's just going to get like snowballed. But at the same time, he obviously just can't keep from going for more vigilance against this. He needs like an actual tank to like, you know, tackle the Sherman.
We've lost control of a sector.
So trying to hold up for a Tiger tank here, while certainly not ideal, I can see the logic behind it. Of course, I would hesitate caution.
The enemy have taken territory from us.
Oh, he actually, never mind, he's actually going for the Panzer Company, so maybe he's shifting up. They're realizing he actually has the resources to actually take up. A thumbs up at least.
Damn it! Territory sector claimed by the enemy.
There we go there.
Enemy forces are converging on a fuel point.
Almost as good as Bastion just cuddling up to me instead of just trying to attack my hand.
We've lost the territory sector.
He's looking very pleased with himself right now. In the center, German forces here, they continue to tie up elements of Baker Company here from the 82nd Airborne. First platoon trying to break through, but the Germans are putting up a pretty stout defense, and now the Americans just firing at the church there. Jäger suppressed here. Cut-off point once more severing the fuel lines there for the German army. Panzer companies ready can of course go for the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Southern victory point rendered neutral. We got 295, 276. Americans there back to bleeding out the Germans. Now we got a second 30 cal here out of Arrogance.
We have command points waiting for use. One of our sectors is now
So can go for the Panther 4 here soon. Certainly wouldn't be a bad choice, I think. Sturmpanzer, of course, could also work. Probably still would recommend the Panther 4. Emot, Arrogance bring up the 105mm Sherman, designed to get a bit more aggressive as the infantry. The other eventually they're being hunted down by the Sherman, need to be careful here. Jägers arriving with their Panther effects. May want to pop the arm piece around so he's got some better chance of escaping here, the Sherman. Guess he didn't need it. Harper is up against the Jägers, defending that cut-off point against German troops. Meanwhile, another push here with the paratroops and the Sherman, but there we go. Gets too close to the Pantrix, and we get a Panterfaust here. We could see here Arrogance losing his Sherman here to the Jägers. Oh no! He survives the paratroops, put up just enough of an obstacle here. Worth noting, could upgrade more, but paratroopers would say light machine guns. Still could like consider more abilities. Yeah, Ruby might in the end still be planning to go for the Tiger tank first. Got the Sherman with a Panterfaust. Cheeky little play by Ruby, but quite effective. So only removes one notable obstacle there.
Clear. Heading to target.
On a farm Sherman there. Pushing through the streets here.
Bingo fuel here. Heading back to base.
And pulling it back here. We got 295, 220. Ruby does need to be careful about those victory points. There you go. Target selected. Has the fuel more or less. Just need more manpower. So, not entirely sure why they went. It might have just been a case of those where, like, you have one idea, then you realize it's there, but it's too late, and so you just, like, you know, to an extent, go through with it. Oh, never mind. Went for the Sturmpanzer. When he's that close to the target, saying,
One of our munitions points.
yes?
Report coming through that the enemy is down to 200 points.
By the way, got the Sturmpanzer V up northeast. I'm tracking the Grenadiers here, south side. Half paratroopers there getting drowning like machine guns. Grenadiers fighting for that side of the victory. We got a triple cap here and Ruby.
Sector lost. No contact.
There you go. Sturmpanzer flashing out the machine crew there with a 150mm high explosive shell. These things were very much designed for urban combat. Just blasting buildings down. Jäger's down the 105mm Sherman here. Almost got it. That's it. They get unbunched up. It's like one really good shot here could leave heavy casualty. But so far, though, that is not happening for the Jägers. They are actually pulling through there. Meanwhile, Sturmpanzer went through supporting the vehicle and catching the bazooka paratroopers. Anti-tank being swarmed by the Jägers. Getting ugly here, though, for Arrogance versus Ruby.
Now under enemy control.
German army does establish more effective control lead.
Territory is being contested.
Allies still lead, though, in terms of victory points, and they also lead in terms of kills, so
Territory out of supply. They've
this
cut
could
us
still
off.
go either way. There you go, 30 cals about to get flamed. We got the Jägers coming in there with the G-45s and their Panzerschrecks, forcing here the 30 cal crew to relocate.
Territory lost. Defend our victory point. We're
Federal
losing it.
charging in there right into the Sturmpanzer Fear's line of fire
They've captured a victory point.
with explosive assaults.
Get ready to kick some ass, boys.
Commander, the enemy holds all victory points.
MG, waiting on you.
There you go, double engines engaging the Sturmpanzer Fear there. Doing a lot of damage to it for sure. But Ruby's still able to extricate it. So the question is, will Ruby go for the Tiger tank next, or is there something else in mind? Are there other schemes within his mind? Grenadiers at Ace-Low holding up here.
Crowds are pushing us back. We're down
But
to
G3, they do gain some decent bonus, including extra Panzerfaust range, and of course they do get somewhat tougher. Jägers, meanwhile, do gain a bit more there. With health, accuracy, and rate of fire. It's obviously pretty good too. 30 cal though just gains more damage reduction, so you sort of go with the veteran's ability, its basic ability for that, and then this, it can technically negate a lot of damage when set up in the right position, which is kinda nuts. Hellcats on the way there, bring in some tank destroyers, grenadiers are getting mauled. They got the ME-42, the White Phosphorus are looking to burn out those paratroopers. Flash them out.
That should get you back in the war.
Hellcat has been completed.
M18 Hellcat they're arriving here. Got 230 versus 157. Almost got a triple cap here on the Americans. Can Ruby and the Reich manage that?
Enemy movement near a victory point.
Be the big question
Air
here.
Force is beginning reconnaissance.
There you go, finding picks remaining abilities, including carpet bombing run.
Point is under enemy control now.
Bit risky to repair the Sturmpanzer level under heavy fire. Very risky. Could have been a lot worse there. Meanwhile, Jaeger's pushing in here for the Sherman. 30 cals, and of course the Sherman itself ready to defend against such a aggressive option there out of Ruby. Got an incendiary bombing run. We got Arrogance out of Arrogance. And there go Vibram, the Hellcat. Catching on to the fact Ruby had left his tank destroyer, or Vibram with flak pants unguarded. Arrogance charging with the tank destroyer knocks it out. Good play there by Arrogance. Ends up scoring a relatively easy yet, I think, important blow there to the Germans.
A victory point has fallen into enemy
In the South
control.
Grenadiers fighting the Paratroop, of course, Sturmpanzerfield, of course, provide critical support here, and Arrogance, seeing that massive block of armored steel there appear on the horizon, just withdraws his paratroopers. Grenadiers heading out. Got an ace MG42 dealing with the paratroops, of course, at base level. The MG42 gains some rather significant bonuses. Rate of fire, additional rounds per burst. Just means, like, you know, it really belts out more damage. And it gets damage reduction too, though. Notably, of course, not as much as the American crews. But it still gains, like, 20%.
High altitude recon, ready for mission.
There you go, 30 cal there, blasting away. Sturmpanzer moving in. Shoots at the Hellcat. Oh, actually hits there. Yeah, ends up not doing as much as you'd figure, but again, that's just all of the various bonuses coming together there.
They've taken our victory point.
I think. So 30 cal there, number 2 moving in, but that is not veteran at all there. That's a mistake there by Arrogance. That does manage to gain veterans 1. I don't think it's going to matter too much here. Fortunately for Arrogance, there's a bit of awkwardness here from Ruby, and that does allow the 30 cal a brief moment to escape, and escape it does. Meanwhile, one easy for Arrogance. Ruby continuing out the path towards the target tank this time around. But it would appear like, you know, the response to all this Pathfinders is just to go for very heavy tier 1s as the Wehrmacht for the MP40 Grenadiers. And then sort of slowly, you know, move towards some kind of endgame off of that.
Engineers on the field.
At least that's what we're seeing some of the players here, of course, do versus the Wehrmacht. Some with more success than others. For now, at least. Arrogance here out of Arrogance. Grenadiers withdrawing. And there you go, we got the Tiger tank out here. Found of 8th Schwerer Panzerabteilung providing crucial support here. The Luftwaffe never did get his own Tiger tanks, despite I'm sure Hermann Goering tried really hard to lobby for that. I mean, I have no proof of that, but I would not be surprised if he tried. But mein Führer, we need heavy tanks in the Luftwaffe, it's in the name. Hermann, you fat bastard, it isn't. Anyways, Predator's going there for the southern point there. Hellcat swinging at it. Pretty risky there, but Schreckjägers there arriving with their Raketen-Panzerbuchse. Hellcat there circling about. Paratroop with the Bazooka Team's 30 cal Pathfinders. Nice little flank here. We got the incendiary bomber running in from Ruby. Looking to force the Americans away, and there you go. Ooh, 30 cal setting up there. And actually briefly, because again it got set up briefly, actually takes less damage from it. Because again that damage bonus, reduction bonus kicks in there once set up. Paratroopers are in deep trouble, and they do not get any damage reduction bonus. Instead, they just get pain. Grenadiers going for that 30 cal there, forcing it off. 171 from 24. Battle continues to go back and forth here. American forces diving in deep here. More Hellcats there for Arrogance to match the steel behemoth that is the Tiger tank here out of Ruby. Yanks into an advantage, catching the Sherman. There you go, triple cap from Ruby on Arrogance, alternating breakthrough tactics once more activated. Thumbs up. Friedrich there with a Panzerfaust, damaging the Sherman. Crew panicking as the Jägers move in there. Jaegers lining up their Panzer VI, and they almost had it there.
Commander, we've lost the sector.
And unfortunately for Arrogance, it doesn't have like any easy way to punch smoke here to bait it out, and loses the Sherman.
Territory isolated.
Good hit there for Ruby.
Destroyed.
Tiger tank scores great in the 30 cal there.
Sector lost. No contact.
Almost had there. We got into tangles though, blazing away there. Hellcat swinging in there and attacking the Hellcat from both sides. Definitely catching Ruby there in a bit of a bad spot as he went in with the Tiger tank unsupported, too deep. That was definitely a tactical error there out of Ruby, and one that Arrogance is obviously more than happy to punish him for. So that ended up not really being a good move there at all by Ruby. Again, no way of getting out safely. Infantry going to be nearby support, just wasn't there either. So definitely a tactical error there of the higher order, which definitely could cost Ruby here the game if Arrogance is able to exploit this fast enough. We'll have to see, of course. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. That's it. Ruby still has a fairly large infantry force, though so does Arrogance.
A victory point is under attack. We lost that. Heading back to base.
Of course, Ruby could sneak in some Starstorm. Let's see what he does, though. Double anti-tank out of there. Pioneers swing in to assist. Grenadiers, Pioneers. More men on the way there. Got the Jaegers lining up for pups. Possibly a flanky out of Ruby. There we go, 30 cal setting up. In the center of the Grenadiers, grabbing the point here. We got 19 versus 124 here. 30 cal there, and trouble being forced away by the Jaegers. Rifle grenades off, and there you go, pushing the cutoff point, encountering the some heavily armed and not very happy Grenadiers. Sturmpanzer in a bit of trouble, got the Pioneers and plenty of Grenadiers nearby to force those airborne to reconsider their position. Far south here. Pathfinder's ready to sneak up here, the only machine gun crew there defending it.
Reports of enemy movement near our victory point.
North Grenadiers for the paratroopers. They want to try grenade assault here. At least getting some more troops in there. You go. I think Ruby just charges in more grenadiers. And that does cause here him to actually withdraw in the south though. Quick sneak attack here. Causing Ruby just to skedaddle there. Obviously withdraw. Meanwhile, Hellcats are going in aggressively. Starstorm for Ruby. 2 thumbs up. So Mighty and Elite Starstorm. But with the Hellcats though, going in blind there, leaves some easy targets here with German infantry, and boy oh boy, that Hellcat turret just went into the stratosphere. And there, go incendiary bombing runs here. Pulse in the center there to get very difficult to hold here for Arrogance. 71-120. Grenadiers sweeping away the Pathfinders in the south here. Starstorming Corvettes with their MG-42.
Now under enemy control.
If they do gain more health and ability to throw grenades for free every 2 minutes, which is certainly something. That's just a big accuracy bonus. But anyways, that's not going to happen anytime soon, I imagine.
An entire gun crew. They've captured a victory point.
Got some wipes here. Sturmpanzer support here. We got the Hellcats all flanking. Said he's down to only 1 Hellcat, so if Ruby could deal with that, that would be a massive problem here for Arrogance, to put it gently. And he's already got some problems here against the German army, that's for sure. We got 65-118. Almost got a triple cap here though with the Reich. Paratroopers with light machine charging in a Grenadier. Starstorm holding the line for the fatherland. Grenade assault here. But that's quickly dodged. Quick counter grenade here. He's going to do that though, but he could. 54 versus 118.
This is our last stand. We only have 50 points left.
50 points left. I'm going to activate that Stars assault ability on the Starstorm. Just a quick suggestion. I'll wait for the Sturmpanzer round and just flash them out there. 40 versus 118.
We must take it back.
American forces quick to descend upon the northern point where the Germans are not anywhere remotely present.
Tools down. Repair work completed. They know we're here now. Be ready for counterattack.
Quiet otherwise for now. We got 35 on 18. Clock is ticking.
Back to full strength.
Tools down. Repair work completed.
Bit of quiet.
We're losing a fuel point.
For one's 30, that's on 18. Looks like Ruby has this one, but we could see him, like, you know, a bit like Latouf, end up making a series of tactically bad decisions as he focuses just on, like, you know, quickly winning the fight.
Lost control of a
It's one of those risks that can happen in some players, like if the game hits the late stage and they're close to winning, they just kind of, like, lose sight of, like, you know, possible bad things that could happen from just trying to, like, lead up, you know, the victory points at super fast and everything else.
point is under attack.
Graham Northern Point could pop breakthrough tactical course to grab the point faster. That wouldn't be half badly, honestly, out of Arrogance. It's going to do it now, but good.
Victory point now under enemy control.
Starts from the flank, and there you go. Grenade assault here. Stielhandgrenade, possibly with fragmentation sleeves.
Call everyone back. We're down to 10 points.
10 points, 8 points. This does look like the Germans might actually score a win here. 6 points, 3 points. And that is it. GG. Game over. Bitter blow here to Arrogance of the US Armed Forces. A victory for the Reich. A brutal back and forth battle, but again, certainly highlighting just, you know, how the metagame has rather taken some interesting twists here. And what appears again to be like, you know, possibly the Wehrmacht counter meta, which is just going heavy tier 1, bitter Luftwaffe, and then just, you know, try and wreck them with heavy armor. So, you know, a bit like how the previous match just to highlight, like, you know, again, I think just the sheer power of the current, you know, state of metagame with the USF and the Airborne, how much they can capture. This one is kind of like to highlight, like, you know, you can fight back against it, but you do have to put it a bit more effort. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match and learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment. This is Imperial News and cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.